It's the NFL on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Coming up next.
He originally opened in 1995 at Jacksonville Municipal Stadium when his franchise entered the NFL. We welcome you to Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Dallas Cowboys and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gordon. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Here's the former Cornhusker Brett Maher to get this one started. And off we go from Jacksonville. Fields it right around the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Jacksonville's offense trots out here for the first time, and all eyes go right to number 16. Now in his second season as the team's face of the franchise, Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field, and can take off and run when under duress.
Going to the air right away, Lawrence. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Sure put the coverage guys in stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ended up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Here's the second-year man from Clemson, Travis Etienne. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Lawrence will throw. On the slant, he'll get it to Jones. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 45-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
From the 41, Lawrence. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And not much running room. Down to 32. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? But a long one, and he can't connect. So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, nicely bit off. A pretty decent game.
From just shy of midfield, Prescott. Open man is no Brown. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
A little football 101 there. He just said the receiver tried to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And his throw here is incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
The throw once more on 2nd and 10. Prescott, man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And a tackle going to be made at the 38.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll show defense.
throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
So time to see Jacksonville get on offense for the second time here in this game. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. He'll get that underneath to ETN, and they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. And he's the epitome of what we call a move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. On 1st down, Lawrence. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And they'll work this down inside the 30. On 1st and 10, it's ETN. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle. This defense, tough to run against, and those linebackers, they go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can get linemen upfield to the second level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
That was second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Marvin Jones, 29 yards. And the Jaguars get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. The fly route works for the TD ground.
And you know the receivers love to say, if we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Riley Patterson down for the extra point. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
They start on the ground with Elliott. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain too.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Again, it's Elliott. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, second and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Prescott. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make it second down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. That brings up the second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. From the 39, Prescott got his man there complete to Gallup. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on first and 10. Throwing, Prescott being chased out left, and he'll just get rid of it.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And their play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though.
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. That kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent off and corner punt. Jaguars come to the line, start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. straight ahead, ETN.
And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Here's Lawrence to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And Ingram holds it in. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. Open man left side, it's a tight end man hurts. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Now the ball on the 30, here's 2nd and 4. Now Lawrence to throw. He'll get this off ETN. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Holding, offense.
Umpire through the flag usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Looking to throw, Lawrence finds his tight end, Ingram. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. He'll drop this one off at ETN. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll try the left side with ETN. And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
On 3rd down, Lawrence looking downfield for Jones. He rifles one, it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
A first down carry by Elliott. And some room to maneuver. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they're able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They go to Elliott again. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Inside give to Elliott. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll try to throw now. Prescott able to hit his target, Lamb. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 43. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. 10th carry now for Elliott. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Foley Fadukasi, the former UConn Husky.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There was absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Throwing on 2nd down, Prescott. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage, making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver. It results in an incomplete pass.
This offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Prescott. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Brett Maher now for the Cowboy field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. Maher able to put this one through. And they are on the board, still trailing in 7-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
After the made field goal, Maher back out there to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe you get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here into the hands of Jones.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Using the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looked like a simple pitch and catch. You and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
ETN up the middle.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Lawrence will throw. And this will be incomplete.
Hadn't up a man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Now Lawrence. Screenplay, here's ETN.
And this effort won't do it. He needed to get to the 45. He's a yard or two short. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
On 4th down, Honest Logan Cook to punt. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside a 10 at the 7-yard line.
Someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
He got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. Now, the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield and get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lane. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And they work this out past the 25. A gain there of 21 yards.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
I need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. Prescott looks to throw on first, and his throw is going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. And this one's taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
They're going option play on 3rd down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on a punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. He's tackled a yard short of marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the 40 now on 2nd down, Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
That's going to be caught along his sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Again, it's Lawrence. This complete to Jones. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. What a tough start for this secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Lawrence. Well, that'll be incomplete. Took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this will stay a 4-point game. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55. But you'll see it just conk off that upright. And they're denied a chance at 3 points.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see.
They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. Final play of the half, Prescott. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand-new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Cowboys. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter.
This is a game, Charles, it's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the 3rd quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trail by. I think they send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline. They drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
73 yards for him on the ground now as he's been terrific here this afternoon.
That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the 3rd quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game.
First and 10 here. To throw is Prescott. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
On the option, here's Elliott.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw pulled in by Lamb. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
First down, Dallas.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. On play action, Prescott.
Another one to C.D. Lamb. He's got it.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. It looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10.
From the red zone now, Prescott over the middle, complete. It's Schultz.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end. Make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner? Defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle.
To throw again on second down. Prescott, incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
They'll come up now a second and long after the hold. To the air again, Prescott. That one complete to Elliott.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. Now Prescott. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the dip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
Elliott is in. Touchdown, Dallas. Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit. It looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
Brett Maher on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott.
Leave it all out here. Leave it all out here.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already know our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
They'll start on the ground, ETN. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Running is at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Throw left side complete. That's Arnold. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Second catch for him today, and they'll wind up a first down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it, just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team, but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
On first down, Lawrence. Flushed out right. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback, and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Now Lawrence on first down. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to get it back here just past the 35. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
This game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive.
A little juke, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
88 yards rushing now for Zeke, and he's got a first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
First down, Prescott. Got him in. It's Brown.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice. Is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Here's Prescott. This will be caught once again by Brown.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
It's the pick at the 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, Prescott.
Able to hit his target, Lamb.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. On the left side, Gallup's got it.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
The goal of the wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall, let him pick a spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen, did not let him get downfield.
2nd and 7 from the 20.
They'll throw again. Prescott. This will be caught by Brown.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's been off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because if you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On 2nd and 1, Prescott.
And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
A 1-yard touchdown pass as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now, 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and we had about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and remember what I said, it's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
And of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Now, that's a run that warms the play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on third down.
Play action. It's Lawrence. And he'll just get rid of it. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fair kick signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Now Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. Last series, ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
Off the play fake, Prescott sliding out of the pocket. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action from Jacksonville. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
The second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, it's Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. A shotgun snap, they give to Etienne. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. On second down, Etienne once more. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now, yes,
it's a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. A give to ETN running right.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
And a two-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with ETN.
He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he's just a little bit extra.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved.
That's Juwan Taylor, the right tackle.
Still 2nd down.
They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8.
Another tote for ETN.
They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Lawrence will throw.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
Neville Gallimore powering his way in and burying him.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Riley Patterson on. A lot of pressure on this kick.
From the left hash, this from 34.
Patterson's kick is good.
And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. A field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee. Maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the fourth quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest. They want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Again, it's Elliott.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard to the 42. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
On 2nd down, Elliott. Now the ball comes loose. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Wow, that ball is knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead. They're going to have to punt it away, trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10.
At their own 12-yard line.
They'll look to ETN to start things out.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. The guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd and a couple, Lawrence. Man open, here is Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Straight ahead, ETN.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 59 yards rushing for him in the ball game now at 14 carries.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. Now Lawrence. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence. Sideline throw is complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll give him 4 yards there. And 3rd and 1 now.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
They'll run with Etienne. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That's way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
From the 17, Lawrence flush to his right, and he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Lawrence. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Jags are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there at 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
It's because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Evan Ingram, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up and send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a fight to catch.
Tomorrow. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Dak. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. Now Prescott. Able to find Gallup. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Agnew now to return. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Lawrence into the hands of Ingram. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up. Back to throw, Lawrence. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So the Cowboys going to get the first chance here to search for a winner as we're back underway to start this overtime.
And we will not see a return to start overtime. It'll come out to the 25-yard line.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And it's what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Prescott on first down.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
And he loses the football a second time. And the Jags grab it. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
It doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First throw of overtime for Trevor Lawrence.
And completes it to Kirk over the middle.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. On second down, a run with Etienne.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 4 yards to pick up, first down. And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're saying if you're that ball carrier, hold onto the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
Now Lawrence on first down.
Open man is Kirk, complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now Lawrence to throw. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here's Lawrence.
Dancing to his left. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Lawrence going to throw again.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one. Not having another turnover on his ledger.
Every eye in the stadium locked in on Riley Patterson.
And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Jaguars have won the game.
season, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.